Hi everyone, welcome back to our school podcast. It feels great to be here again. And today's topic literally affects a single one of you.
Exactly. Whether it's buying snacks, paying for transport, or even sending money to friends. Somehow, everything slowly shifting to digital. E-money, online banking, QR codes, you name it.
And honestly, if you think about it, the world is moving so fast. We come from just carrying thick wallets to just tapping our phone to pay for something. It sounds convenient, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. But at the same time, people are starting to ask big questions like, are we actually receiving freedom, or are we slowly giving up control for the government to control ourselves in payment taxes?
Well, that's why our topics today is so important. We're diving into e-money, freedom or control.
And don't worry, it won't be just the two of us talking here. We bought a whole panel, 16 students
60
divided
students.
into two groups, the pro teams and the con teams.
They'll help us to explore the good, the bad, and the risky sides of diving into digital with money.
Alright, enough warming up, let's kick off the discussion. So the first question will be, when you hear e-money, what's the first word that comes to your mind? Is it freedom or control? Starting off with the pro teams, let's hear their answer.
Thank you. For us, when we hear the word e-money, the first thing that comes to mind is freedom. Why? Because e-money gives a level of freedom that traditional cash or old payment system simple cannot match. The first, freedom to transact anytime, anywhere. No need to find an ATM or carry a thick wallet. Everything can be done from your phone. That's real, practical freedom. Second, freedom from physical limitation. Whether you're whether you're paying remotely, shopping online, or sending money across cities or countries, it's very instant. Digital money gives us flexibility that cash cannot provide.
Okay, next, freedom in managing finance. With e-money, we can track our spending and see our transaction history. This transparency gives us financial freedom. And the last one, freedom of access to modern financial service. People who previously didn't have access to banking can now participate in the digital economy through e-wallets. So for us, e-money isn't about control. It's about freedom to move, to manage, and to connect in a faster, more efficient digital world. That's from. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answer. That's quite interesting one, isn't it? But it's
Yes.
not fair if we just hear the pro teams about their opinion. Let's head out to the cons teams.
When I hear the word e-money, the first thing that comes to my mind is actually control. Because even though e-money looks modern and practical, it also comes with a hidden layer of monitoring that we don't face when using it.
Yeah, every digital payment leaves a permanent record, like where you spend, what you bought, and even your spending habits over time. Companies and platforms can analyze this data, and in some cases, it can be shared or leaked without us even realizing it. So instead of feeling more free, it sometimes feels like we're giving up a part of our privacy just to make our payments faster.
Thank you so much. So we already heard the answer from the two teams. So let's head to the next question. The next question is going fully cashless better for the environment, or does it just shift the problem somewhere else? Let's start with the pro team.
Thank you. With cashless payments, especially QR codes, everything gets way simpler. No paper, no metal, no trucks going back and forth. Sure, cashless is use electricity. Mm, but data centers today are way more efficient and many are switching to renewable energy anyway. So overall, the environmental impact is much smaller. So yeah, it's not about shifting the problem, it's about cutting out a whole bunch of wasteful steps. Cashless is basically the cleaner, smarter shortcut.
Another thing is when we talk about environmental impact, going cashless actually make the whole transaction process way more efficient. People don't have to wait in a long line, and stores don't waste extra energy counting physical money or dealing with manual rework. And the plus, cashless systems are simply safer. Physical money can get lost, damaged, or even counterfeit, which force more money to be produced again and again. With digital payment, all that physical waste is drastically reduced. Thanks for us.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Same as before, let's hear the cons team answers.
Okay, honestly, going fully cashless is not automatically better for the environment. A lot of people think that removing physical money saves people and solves the problem, but it actually just moves the problem somewhere else. Why? Because digital payments run a huge data centers, servers, and non-stop electricity. Those things use a massive amount of energy, so even if we are not printing paper money, we are burning way more power in the background. And to go cashless, everyone needs a smartphone, a good battery, chargers, signal towers, all of that creates electronic waste. Phones get replaced every 2 or 3 years, and e-waste is a lot more toxic than a worn-out banknote.
Plus, producing smartphones means mining lithium, gold, cobalt, which is damages the environment way more the printing money ever did. So yeah, cashless looks clean, but behind the scenes it has a pretty heavy environmental footprint. Cash, on the other hand, can last years, doesn't need electricity, and doesn't turn in toxic waste when it gets old. So, in the end, going fully cashless doesn't fix the environmental problem, it just shifts into the digital world.
Okay, thank you for you. You both have great answers. But there's still two more questions for you guys. The third question for you guys is widespread financial cyber attack is a bigger danger than an individual cash-related crimes. Let's first hear the cons teams.
Okay, cash has significant advantage over the risk of cyber attack because it's not connected to the internet, so it cannot to hack. Lose due to system errors and ineffective if a bank server or application suddenly goes down. Crimes like pickpocketing do exist, but they are small scale and only affect one person. This is much easier to prevent and handle than a single major cyber attack that could harm millions of people simultaneously, as in the case of major data breach that have occurred worldwide.
Furthermore, cash maintains privacy because it leaves no digital footprint. No one, not the government, companies, or hacker can be monitoring your spending habits through transaction data. And most importantly, even when the internet goes down, or the power goes out, or even you're in the area without, sorry, or you're in the area with a poor network coverage, you can still use cash without relying on vulnerable digital system. That's both for me and Nabila. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much. It's kind of makes sense because today, like the other day when we use the cash and the digital money. It really makes sense with your answer, guys. Thank you so much. So next we're gonna hear the pro answer.
Thank you very much. In all our opinion, widespread financially cyber attacks are not a greater threat than individual cash crimes, especially when compared to the current growth of cashless payment system. We have divided our reasoning into several points that support why cashless payment systems much safer. Number one, digital transactions leave a trail, making them easier to track than cash that disappear without a trace. Number two, bank security systems and digital service providers are constantly being updated, making large-scale attacks more difficult to carry out.
3. In the event of incident, users can usually block their account, freeze their balances, or get a refund, something that is impossible in cases of pickpocketing or cash robbery. And the last point, cashless systems often come with built-in authentication features like PINs, biometrics, and verification codes, giving users multiple layers of protection that cash simply doesn't offer. Therefore, overall, the risk of individual crimes related to cash are more tangible, more frequent, and more directly harmful than the potential for large-scale cyber attacks. That's all.
Okay, thank you for your answers. They were good, for sure. But there's one more question for our guest here. Does the shift to digital payment reduce financial crime or transform it into harder to detect cybercrime? Let's hear it from the cons team.
Thank you for the mic. For now, I know we're in the digital era, but I get point that e-money seems secure because your balance stays safe during a blackout. But that doesn't really address the core issue. Digital payments don't eliminate financial crime; they just save it into a new, more investable form. When everything is digital, criminals don't need to steal your wealth. They only need to exploit one vulnerability in a system that millions of people depend on. And unlike cash theft, cybercrime can happen silently without the victim noticing it until it's too late. In fact, digital financial crimes are often harder to detect, trace, and stop. Hackers can move money across multiple accounts in a second, use anonymizing tools, or attack entire networks at once. A single successful breach can affect thousands or even millions of users, something that impossible with physical cash. So while digital payments might look simple on the surface, and they actually create bigger, more systemic risks that are far more difficult to control. That's it.
Thank you so much. So now let's hear the pro answer.
During a nationwide blackout or internet failure, e-money can still be considered the safer option, even if you can use it right. Even if you use it right away when everything is offline, your money stays safe in provider system, not in a wallet, not in a wallet that can be lost or stolen. Once the network comes back, your balance will still be the same as before. Some digital payment services are also developing simple offline features so small payment can still work when the connection isn't perfect. So even if there a short delay, e-money still offer better security and more reliable protection than carrying cash during an emergency. That's it.
Okay, thank you for your guys' answers. It's all a good answers. But do you guys know what are they talking right now? Let me conclude for you what are they discuss today. From today's discussion, we can see why many people view e-money as a major step forward. It offers convenience, quick transaction, clear digital records, and stronger protection against everyday risks like theft or loss. Security systems continue to improve, and digital payments reduce many of the physical process required for cash. So, in many ways, e-money can feel safer, faster, and more practical for modern society.
Still, we also heard valid concern that remind us e-money isn't perfect. Digital systems rely on electricity, stable network, and complex infrastructure. Any failure can affect millions at once. Cyber attack, data privacy, and electronic waste are real challenges we can ignore. Cash has the advantage of working offline and protecting personal anonymity. So, while e-money brings measured benefits, its risk requires strong security, careful regulation, and public awareness.
Okay, that's all from us, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you for listening. And alright, that wraps up today's talk. We've heard both sides, e-money with all its convenience and cash with its reliability and privacy. No right, no or wrong answer here.
Yes.
Just different strength depending on what people need.
That's really correct. So, thanks to both teams that are great insight, and thanks for everyone who tuned in. Stay smart with your money, stay curious, and we'll catch you in the next
episode.
episode. Bye bye.